The Ethical Implications of Continued Space Exploration by Mark Battlemenzo.
Astrid Mujica. For years, space exploration has been happening, providing us with tools, space resources, and knowledge from unknown environments. But is it ethical to risk contaminating other planets in pursuit of human space exploration? This brings us to the debate. Should scientific discovery prioritize expansion, or should we protect ourselves and other planets from harm? First, space exploration requires huge financial investment, requiring raising costs and commercial interests since it's funded by taxpayers. Second, astronauts face serious health risks from radiation, isolation, and other unknown microbes. But it could be also vice versa. There's also a reverse risk of bringing unknown microbes to Earth that could endanger the whole global population. And last, other planets, human activity on other planets could damage extraterrestrial environments, just like humans have polluted Earth.
Like Astrid said, space exploration does not only contaminate other planets, but also raises costs and commercial interests. According to Paul Boosin in his Planetary Science article, a Mars sample mission started at $4 billion but ended up costing around $11 billion. With these mounting costs, commercial interests may soon dominate over space discovery. And this graph is from Keith W. Crane in his report for the Institute of Defense Analysis. It shows the space suppliers industry. The difference in cost ranges from $1 billion all the way to $11 billion, and will continue to increase over time. And this raises ethical concerns on whether the money can be used for more current situations here on Earth, like climate change or poverty. And with the private space companies getting involved, it can raise ethical concerns and go across ethical boundaries, because they might choose profit over like the shared science frontier.
Both financial aid and space exploration questions the survival rate of humans, creating a sense of where humans stand beyond Earth. However, as we turn to space, there are also concerns of exploration that corresponds to risk capable of disrupting human life. These microbes that are in spacecrafts while traveling to these interplanetary systems can act very unpredictably. Due to our current knowledge of medicine, it's very limited to treat these, which raises ethical concerns towards contamination affecting human life and as well the ecosystems of these aliens, since these microbes are going into their planet. And impacts the mission overall, since these unpredictable microbes can cause critical health issues due to the presence of these pathogens. And as Adriana said, it leads to increasing costs, making the success of the mission fail. Another factor to point out is the microgravity. It's very vulnerable because these astronauts are more prominent to these infections and pathogens. And as well, the microbes have different behavior changes that humans are unaware of, and which causes it to be more fatal and increases, and it leads to higher risk of any health issues. According to communications biology, there's an increase in disease severity correlated to low light levels, elevated relative humidity, which affects the overall environment inside the spacecraft. This picture right here is from NASA.gov. It shows the current hazards among spacecraft so far, just based on lunar missions and missions to Mars. Consider these limitations. There's radiation involved, which causes high risk of cancer, and as well, these long durations of space travel can impact the cycle of everyday activity on Earth. For example, it can impact like sleep, poor portions of food, and exercise. This shows how we are far from completing this contamination and making it successful.
Okay, like Emily said, things like pathogens and bacteria that we may live with every day can have terrible and unpredictable effects on alien ecosystems. This source from biotech says the wastewater by space crews during missions are composed mainly of human byproducts, which are different from wastewater generated in Earth. And then this source from PubMed says human activity produces chemical pollutants that can harm fragile environments. So if these activities can already harm fragile environments in our own planet, no one knows the kind of unpredictable and terrible effects it could have on alien ecosystems when you introduce these trillions of microorganisms that we live with every day that are completely foreign to them. To solve this, Ted Peters says, extraterrestrial life has intrinsic moral worth, and this obliges us to adopt extreme caution, even suspension of missions. So if we cannot guarantee the safety and the protection of these alien ecosystems, then we need to suspend or even cancel the missions before we cause irreversible damage to these alien ecosystems.
As Mark said, there is a solution to these limitations, but they still won't make up for the harm from other environments and the human health, making it not ethical to risk contaminating other planets in pursuit of human space exploration.